So I was working on a video showcasing how insane leg meta is.
Oh!
We had some wild raids. In this one, we wiped 3 different teams. In another, we decoded Mandelbrick, got some crazy lucky loot, and even got extract camped. Come take this drip coffee because I can't fit it in my ass. Because there's already a military information terminal in my ass. Life was good and leg meta was insane.
Oh, I didn't get mine.
And they nerfed it. Pain. So you might be wondering, is leg meta still viable? We decided to keep playing post nerf and get that answer for you.
Brick and decoding device is located. Get the brick at all costs.
Get bricked. I'm gonna start off by showing some of the negative sides of R.I.P, but then we'll go through some positives later in the video. And I'm gonna be using the P90, which in my opinion is the best R.I.P weapon.
I'll throw a knife.
Oh, it's a bot, it's a bot, it's a bot.
I checked. It's like both sides that. I didn't see anything.
We started off with an intense fight that was very telling for the future of R.I.P.
Okay. Barracks or cement, maybe.
Oh, sounds like barracks. I feel like they might be. Yeah. I think they're right up here.
They're shooting me. Oh, I'm dead. I was so close to crossing.
I don't even see where he's at.
He's standing on something. Nice. Nice. Last one. Bullet. Good try, dude.
So as you can see, leg meta is definitely still viable. But the question is it good? Or a better question would be, is it worth it? We continued playing a few more games to keep testing, but make sure to keep this last Mandel engagement I had in mind because we'll loop back to it in a bit. Now, before you roast me in the comments, yes, this is easy, and yes, I know that these guys are gear ticketers, but I'm just shooting legs anyways, so these guys could have gray armor or the best armor in the game, and R.I.P would perform the same. When you watch this next fight, look at just how long the time to kill is, because the range drop off on SMGs is absolutely abysmal. So at this range with R.I.P and an SMG, you are just at a massive disadvantage, and it's just a fight that, in my opinion, I think you could no longer take post-patch. Hitting somebody only in the legs from this range is a tough task. Although other SMG ammo types have the same drop-off, you can aim at center mass and have more of a chance of all of your bullets landing. So let's hang out in the range for a second and make some comparisons between R.I.P and blue AP. The time to kill with R.I.P shooting legs is still 1/3 of a second, which is pretty good. But the price of P90 R.I.P at the time of recording this is $627, what is it, alloy? While blue armor pen is $480 per round, with a 0.4 second kill time against purple armor. Because remember, blue actually pens purple armor really well. Now, while R.I.P is somewhat comparable to AP in the P90 ammo category, the story is a bit different in 9x19 weapons. AP 6.3 is 336 per round, while R.I.P is 728 with a similar story and time to kill. And if you're able to afford purple, it's an absolute no-brainer, when it was way more of a close race pre-patch. So now that we know that range and price are huge issues, let's take a look at a fight I had later in this game where I had a realization. Oh, a guy holding.
Can not peek this.
Nah, he's holding and angled it. I can't really get him. So in this fight, you'll notice I aim down to shoot at this guy's legs, but since he's not exposing the lower half of his body, I just can't even shoot at him from this angle. So because of this, Ace and I have to flank all the way around the building to even take the fight with this guy. So that's reason number 3, the limited amount of fights that you're even able to take with R.I.P. And if you remember the Mandelbrick fight I had earlier, Ace pointed out that this guy probably played this angle because he knew I had R.I.P. So even if he didn't just completely melt me immediately, I probably wouldn't have been able to kill him anyways. But for me personally, the price really isn't that big of a deal. What does it for me is that points 1 and 3 limit the amount of fights that you can take in the game so much that it makes it not worth it for the very minor increase in DPS to legs over blue AP, at least as a primary. That leads me to mention some of the positives about post-patch R.I.P ammo. But first, If you like this video so far, make sure to spray the legs off that subscribe button. Gotcha. All right, back to the positives. Although it's no longer really worth it, in my opinion, as a main weapon in almost all situations, it's still technically better at point blank for all leg shots versus blue AP. And it can be a great secondary. There's nothing wrong with taking in a stock SMG with a few stacks of R.I.P as secondary, or even better, a G18 to just absolutely shred a Chad's legs. Because when you have it as a secondary, if you find yourself in those situations where R.I.P is awesome, you can just swap over and light that motherfucker legs up. So yeah, although R.I.P is not exactly the powerhouse it was pre-patch, it still can find a place in your kit as a secondary. And in my opinion, it meshes very well with a sniper. Let me know in the comments if you plan on continuing to use R.I.P, and don't forget to check out this sick video. See ya.